Example 4 is going to look at simplifying square roots with variables. Now our rule here is going to say we can divide the exponent by the root. Then the whole number comes out and the remainder stays under the radical. So we'll take a look at what that looks like in these examples below. The first example, the square root of x to the 12th. So if we take a minute to list out all of those x's, we will see that there is 12 of them. Now remember, square roots are looking of pairs of 2. So if we break this up into pairs of 2, what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 different pairs that could all be simplified into just an x. And again, we don't want to leave all those x's out there, so really all we're doing is saying, all right, x to the 12th divided by that 2, which is that root number, leaving us with x to the 6th. If we look at this second example, square root of y to the 20th, again, this hidden number here is a 2. So what we're looking at is saying, instead of listing out 20 y's in the groups of 2, well, what's 20 divided by 2? Well, that is just going to be y to the 10th. Now, if we're looking at example 3, we have 2 terms in there. We just need to address both of them differently, or, separately. So if we're looking at the square root, well, what's 14 divided by 2? A to the 7. What is b to the 6? So what is 6 divided by 2? Well, that is b to the 3rd. In all of those cases, they all were even numbers, so they divided evenly. When we look down here at the next number, or the next problem, square root of a to the 7th, if we want to list this one out, you will see that 3 of them all have pairs, but then we have 1 left over. So if we are dividing by that 2, well, a goes in 3 times with a remainder of 1. So we could write that a to the 3rd square root a. Again, to try to make that a little simplified so we don't have to list them out every time, how many times does 2 go into 13? Well, that goes in 6 times with a remainder of 1. So the 1 stays under, b to the 6 stays out. And same thing with this last one. We look at x to the 11th. We're dividing by 2. Well, it can go in 5 times, leaving us with 1 underneath. And when we go to the y to the 5th, that means 2 times goes in, leaves us with 1y underneath. So there's a quick look at the basically simplifying exponents with variables. So take a look at practice 1.5b, simplifying each expression. You will see numbers are included. So we just do each, both parts separately. If you look at the 16, how would that simplify? Look at the x to the 4th, how would that simplify? And if we have more terms than that, then we do each piece separately. So good luck, practice these before you move on and check your work.